Hey, you lovely guys, what is up? Today I bring a topic that I have been dying to discuss only because it's something that goes through my mind every day of my life, and this is things that I wish I was good at. To start us off, I wish I could get up immediately upon opening my eyes. I will forever admire those folks who, the moment they just return to the conscious world, they just yawn and stretch, and then 3 seconds later, they're jumping out of bed and they just open their blinds, let the sun shine, and listen to the birds. And they go to the restroom, do whatever business they gotta do, head down to the kitchen, feed themselves, and then get ready, and they're just on the go. I cannot say that I can do that because I'm so. I'm just not. I just can't. It's like my bed becomes magnetic and it remains magnetic, impossible to resist. Little by little, I've been getting better. For instance, I asked at my job to have more morning shifts. And there are days in which I pretty much wake up with only 1 hour to get ready, feed myself, and drive to work. And while I'm arriving at work, to make it to punch in. And, there's always something that does not go according to plan, so you may be a little delayed. And wow, I cannot count the number of close calls I have had. But I am just proud of myself for having taken the dare to, just challenge myself. And ever since I work in the mornings, I feel way better because I can get so much more done in my day. And also, I get to spend more time with some folks who just matter a lot to me, like my mother. I used to only see her in the weekends because she herself has a crazy schedule. She happens to start working when I'm still asleep, and then when she returns home, I had the night shifts, so I was gone. And it was just insane because sometimes I could hear her in the mornings, but I'm still semi asleep and semi awake, so I would not get up, period. But yeah, that's just something that I still have a lot of work to do, and it's something that I have never truly dominated because, like, at least that I recall during my teenage years, I started to do really bad. I would get up like at 5:50ish to take a bus at 6:20ish. And I was one of the first kids that the bus would pick up. So it was like, I had to sit on the bus for like another 40 minutes during the whole route. But fortunately, in the evenings, I would be the first one to get off. Now, it depends which bus driver we had, because at some point I was the last one. So it's like, not only do I have the curse of having to be up earlier than anybody else, but, I get to step out of the bus last, get out of here. At any rate, let's see. Cooking or keeping myself well fed throughout the day. Now, as an adult, this should be something that just happens, something that just gets done, but not for me. I just, especially messing with raw stuff, I still have to improve on that a lot. I don't know if it's something mentally wrong with me or physically wrong with me, but I just cannot handle raw things. It's just really difficult. And I have actually passed out on 2 occasions from a reaction to the smell and probably the sight too. So I don't know. I'm still exploring that. I have cooked raw things twice already in my life, and all of that happened this year. And it was difficult but I have not been able to get back to that full force. So, unfortunately, I don't have the mediums to where I can have a budget where I can get fixed stuff on a daily basis. But in general, I just wish that I could do better about just taking care of myself in that aspect. And sometimes I can't afford to eat whatever, whenever, but I just don't make myself do it. And I just want to get to that stage where I'm like, all right, I just gotta, be nice to myself and take care of myself, and nourishment is essential. So, yeah. Also, oh my God, getting my hair done. I always need mom's help for that. I just wish that I had technique, like, you know, do that thing to my hair where it's like a little turban and let it straighten on its own by air drying. Or if I want to cheat and save myself some 5 hours of drying, then, do the turban part and put myself on the dryer. But in general, I just wish I had skills on how to take care of my hair. It just, some days it looks great. I just give it the proper treatment that it needs, but when it comes to like brushing it or new style, I need help with that. Fixing holes in my clothes. I wish I had those skills, to just fix my own clothes. But to tell you the truth, I guess the only reason I don't do that is because I find it boring. Working with clothes for me is boring. I don't even shop for my own clothes most of the time. It's something that mom just sees and she's like, hey, what do you think of this? Is this something that you would like? And I'm like, sure. As if my closet that's already drowning in lots of things needs anything else, right? But anyway, whatever gives you the best feeling right here, right on the heart, whatever gives you the best feeling. Car maintenance. Like, I will always have to pay for even the most basic of procedures because I'm such a car dummy. Like, the folks who know me very well, they just know that. The only thing I know how to do and poorly is pumping gas. So, I guess it's like at some point I was contemplating going to like a school or something where I can be exposed to mechanics and all that. But then I said, let's face it, let me be truthful to myself. First of all, the vocabulary is going to be the first thing to bite me. And second of all, it's like, it just doesn't look like the type of thing that I should be doing. And I'm also not physically that very strong. So some things do require, some strength. So I'm more worried about my safety more than anything else. So Toyota, you can have all of my money. And speaking of money, saving money, I wish I just didn't have a paycheck to paycheck status because it doesn't help. And having multiple jobs is just not an acceptable form of living. It's like modern corporate slavery. No. I just refuse to spend more hours of my day doing something that is only going to keep my pockets full but not really my heart full, So I'm enjoying what I'm doing, which is at least I'm getting by. Do I wish I were more comfortable? Yeah, of course, but it's not like wow, I'm really struggling. Nah, those ages are pretty much over. And also having the patience to get dressed, like wear sandals more often and just look nicer. It's just, I've come to learn that my appearance just doesn't enhance my personality. And I just consider it unnecessary to invest so much time trying to like fix your face. There's nothing wrong with your face. You have a face. That's what matters. So I'm not the type who wakes up and I'm like stressed out about, oh, I need so many hours, so many minutes to like wash my hair and then brush it and then condition it and then put makeup on, do the foundation, do the blushing, do the eyeliner, do the eyebrows and all of that. Tell me about eyebrows. Isn't that weird? Some people literally pluck them entirely or shave them entirely to draw them. Like, please understand that your eyebrows are there for a reason. It's to like keep sweat off your eyes. And some people who naturally have thin eyebrows suffer from that. So I always deliberately try to keep them as close to natural as possible. All I do is I get rid of those little hairs that just look extra. And like, because I guess I gotta keep more of a female look, and then bushy eyebrows just don't help. And then I just love eyebrows. I want to say that's the one feature that I notice the most, and really can't be talking about eyebrows when I have this lamentable situation going on from when I was 5. But that is a story that I may share if enough of you guys display interest or just truly don't know the story yet. But if you know me closely, you know the story. Don't act like you don't know it. And if you forgot, good. Then I don't have to convince people of my appearance. Like, I just feel nice. I feel good, Like, I can look extra good, I guess, if I submitted myself to that type of routine, but I'm just not interested, And like, I just don't want to make businesses that don't really benefit me, get richer. Like, come on. It's like if everybody convinced themselves that they're just great, they work with the way they are naturally. Imagine all of these businesses, like beauty businesses, they would go out of business so quickly. So, I will never have an obsession with fashion. So let's get that stressed out as much as I can. It's just not the way I am, period. Let's see. Math. Complex math. I wish I was good at it because I chickened out on it. Always. Like, if I had electives that were maths and I could skip them, I did it. Like, I'm not interested in working with numbers. Besides, on a regular basis, I work with numbers. Enough as it is. I dream about numbers. I don't need that a lot anymore. So anyway, and then science. Complex science. The science that involves the complexity of math. So I always chickened out as well because I just don't like investing time doing something that I don't like. Like, how many of us experience the trauma of the clock seemed to freeze when you're taking a math class? It's like, how much longer does this agony need to persist? So, yep, all of that can go to rest, I don't go to school and I don't plan to. So, forget that. Music. Singing, playing the piano. My dying wish right there. But nope. Zero technique, zero talent. All of my dreams just crushed. But at least 3 years ago, I invested on a keyboard. And I was getting pretty good at it, but I guess there are some things that you really need a coach for, and that is not something that I can do. So I am happy with how far I have gotten being self-taught. But there comes a point when you don't see that you're improving any more than where you're at, and that can get frustrating. And let's say that I got to that stage, and now I'm just sort of taking a break. But I know that eventually I'll get back to it because it's in my blood. Like, I'm singing all the time or I'm humming all the time. So it's just, that is the way I am. And then same thing with dancing. Like, I got no style. My soul rocks out all the time, but my body's like forever crippled. Like, it's like my soul is jamming, but my body is not even listening to the music. And I just don't know why. That mess should be flowing in my veins. And drawing. I can't draw straight from my imagination. My details are always off. There was a time in which I was able to do stuff like this poster right here, but I feel like that happened because it needed to happen, because I wanted a poster so bad, but not because I can summon my art to work for me whenever I want to. It happens whenever it wants to. So, anyway. And then sports, working out, swimming, diving, basketball, running, even parkouring. Gosh, I wish I were flexible or just that enduring, like how can I have that endurance, that flexibility? Of course, lots of training, but let's face it, I either wouldn't have the time or I really wouldn't have the mediums. And I am so scared of getting injured because it's not like I can afford going to a doctor, like most of us. So I would rather keep myself safe, keep watching awesome videos of these folks who can pretty much travel anywhere they want to on their bare feet like our awesome ancestors. But for me, and when I also wear this is like my biggest fear right here. If something happened to these, I am done. Because I'm just done. There's no way I would be able to drive. I would be truly, truly handicapped. So, yeah. And then going to bed at the same time every night, ideally by 10 or 11. It's already about to be 10, and you know what? I have a crap load of things to do before I can be even able to go to bed and be able to actually sleep on everything that I have pending. So I used to be a night owl. The folks who know me know that my bedtime was always past 2 a.m. And I am glad that those days are mostly over. Like, I can still keep myself up until then, but by midnight, I'm already yawning and like having half shut eyes. But then again, I feel like I have a very good influence in my life that sort of keeps me from doing that. And it's like when this person goes to bed, I tend to go to bed too. So yeah, that's really it, you guys, that I could just think of. I'm pretty sure that in the future there's going to be like a part 2, 3, maybe a fourth one, because this is just what occurred to me as I went. But yeah, it's just, isn't it amazing how much room for improvement we have? But anyways, so well, thank you guys for watching like always, and I will see you guys extremely soon.